All right, it's day two of this kind of little challenge, and I'm already done. I'm already sick of it. So, like the whole idea of this is to like motivate myself to code after work. But today it was just brutal. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't figure out anything at work. I felt super dumb. I had this null reference exception, and I spent all day just kind of like fixing it. I'd be like, oh, sweet, it's fixed. I do build, I test it, broken. And it just kicked my ass. And at the end of the day, I fixed it, but then I found another bug that I can't figure out. I already forgot what it was. But this has been on my mind all day, which is good. I did think of some more tasks to add. The view glitch, which is like sometimes the view spectrum goes weird. I don't know why. We're going to replace the controllers with hands at some point, which is going to be another little subtask of making the controllers disappear when you grab stuff. I want to add inverse kinetics at some point, even though you might not actually see it because like seeing your arms is kind of annoying, but we'll see how that goes. I kind of want to just do it for myself. Um, I had a few other ideas for tasks. I just forgot them. I should have wrote them down this afternoon. Um, but I think my goal today is, so it's like 5 o'clock right now. I don't have to go to the gym. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go skateboard, and then I'll come back around 7. And then I think after skateboarding, my brain will be a little more clear. I'll be a little more awake because I'm moving. And then I'll be able to actually, I think, create a two-handed weapon system by 10 o'clock tonight. So, all right, that's my update. All right, so where am I? So I just got back. I'm starting to kind of break down what I have to do for the two-handed grab. And I think, I don't know yet, we're going to spend an hour or two going through this, but I think for the two-handed grab to work well, I need to have the main grab attach as the parent, and then the secondary grab as a child. And then I think then if the main grab is the parent, I can position it exactly where I want it to be. And that's kind of my goal, because I force the position to always be at the right as the transform position is always your controller. So if the right grab point is your controller position, the front grab doesn't matter. I want it to be like Pavlov, where your front hand is just kind of directing it, but it can go way off. Like it's not like it controls where it is. So I don't know. I think I'll play around with that a little bit. It shouldn't be too difficult, or I might get nothing done. Honestly, I don't know. But yeah. All right. So quick little update. I've been cracking away at this for like an hour, and I kind of have a little bit of a good two-handed grab right now, and this is my object. So basically what I did is I made a primary attach point as the parent, and then you get the body. So for a two-handed weapon, that'll be like the assault rifle body. And then you have the secondary attach point, which is useless, and I don't need it, but it's there. It might be useful in the future, but I kind of want the secondary attach point to not matter at all. In the future, I might put another hand object there, kind of like Pavlov does, where you grab a gun. Your secondary thing just kind of controls it, but it can be anywhere. Anyways, so the first problem I had to deal with is I didn't have a good system for snapping, and I wrote this for the pistol, and that works for the pistol, and this works for the two-handed weapon, but it's kind of a hacky way to do it. I'm forcing it. I should be able to snap it to the correct facing and all that, but it all depends on the parent object, and it just gets really awkward, and I don't like it. So that works for now, and I don't care. Anyways, next up on the things I did. So the secondary grab attach is pretty simple. It just deals with all the grabbing and, the setting of the events and whatnot. But what I did add is, again, this could be issues with the model and the transform and stuff, so I might have to change it in the future. But when you grabbed it, it was actually looking in the opposite direction. And like, hey, maybe your transform's backwards, but it's not. It's 0, 0, 0. Like, These are all 000, so I'm confused why I was looking the wrong way. So hopefully it doesn't matter in the future, but anyways, I just had to make it look the opposite way. So now it's looking, instead of looking at your hand, it's looking away from it, which puts the front part forward. I don't know. Yeah, so I think that's everything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this system and put it on the assault rifle that I have. This guy. Where did he go? I'll put him back in. I'm going to shrink that guy. But yeah, I'm going to put on the assault rifle. And I think I can do a half-ass shooting system by the end of tonight quite easily. Probably the next half hour. Anyways. Okay, so I just want to do another little update. This is the two-handed gun, putting her in, all that stuff. Pretty simple stuff. But something that's been frustrating me, and I don't know if it's an Oculus problem or a me problem, but when I'm trying to get the correct snap point for the grab, 000 as a child should be like the perfect spot at rotation and all that, but because the Oculus is jank, and the controllers, you're aiming the way you want to hold them naturally isn't actually a 0 rotation, so it makes it annoying to set it. And I'll just kind of show that quickly. So, geez, this is setting the rotation to 0, to like local Euler angles vector 3 0, and that's what I get. But it's like pointed, you see. But generally, you naturally hold an Oculus like this, so I have to like tilt it down for it to feel natural. But that feels nice. Once you grab it and hold it and aim it around, you do this. You can stretch your hand out. It doesn't matter. It'll just kind of look towards it. It doesn't actually matter where your hand is. Anyways, that's kind of my little rant. Okay, so I think I'm done for the night. It's around 9 o'clock. So I just want to go over what I did since the last update. To get the weapon to go to kind of like the perfect Oculus spot when you grab it, that's actually the rotation I had to set it to. The 180 is just because it's backwards, it's not a big deal. It should be 0, but it's not. But 270 is kind of like the natural resting position for a weapon with the Oculus. The other thing I added quickly is I wanted a bool value that hides the controllers. So if you check it, when you grab a weapon, or an object, it'll hide the controller. Pretty simple. I created a script called controller. I wanted to contain functions that have to deal with the jank of SteamVR controllers. There's not much we should have to deal with right now, but in the future with changing objects and stuff there could be. But pretty simple. This is just a function that hides the controller. Controller's got a billion tiny objects in it, so I just hide the mesh renderer for each of them. And then show control is the opposite. I just enable it to true. When you grab it, on grab, wherever that is. So I actually don't even know right now. I'm so tired. Anyways, yeah, when you grab it, it hides it. I think I snuck it in somewhere. Oh, it's attached to controller. Yeah, so it hides it. And it only hides it if it's true. It's really simple how it works. I'll show it quickly. So here's my build. I didn't want to maximize it completely, but that's fine. So basically, I just show the rotation and stuff in action. So when you grab the gun, it's kind of a nice Oculus rotation. And then the secondary grab, you can move the gun as far away from your hand as possible, but it still follows it quite nicely. So that's the two-handed attach, and it hides and shows the controller, and only if you specify. So I want to show how quickly I want to write these scripts to be reusable, so you can add it to anything. So for example, we'll take the pistol, which does not hide anything when you grab it, and we'll just go to the script and we'll find that bool value, which is on the grab, hide controller and grab. Check it. Put that set on, grab it, no controller, easy peasy. Fuck you, pistol. Anyways, that's it. I think I made some good progress. I got a system that I can now start to add pieces to, so hopefully I think the next time I do this I can actually have a full assault rifle finished by the end of it, but I'm pretty beat, so I'm going to call it a day. Lady titty.